Hi, my name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman & Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan. And today we continue our video series designed to educate and inform the public. So please subscribe to our channel. Well, here we are. First week of January, brand new year, 2024. Happy New Year to all. And this may be a year when somebody decides, you know what, this is the year that I'm going to finally free myself. I'm going to give myself a chance at happiness. I'm going to start my divorce case. So how do we do that? What is the process of divorce for 2024? Well, I will tell you this, and this is really the best way to start it smoothly. You have to get an attorney and discuss these things with him or her. You have to find out what the divorce process is. You've got to make sure that you understand it. And you've got to make sure, in light of that, that attorney who's going through this with you and explaining to you how all this works is someone with whom you identify. So here's what you're going to want to know. First of all, in order to start this case, you got to remember what's going to happen. A complaint for divorce is going to be filed in the county where you reside. So what's going to happen is you're going to file it with that county. It's going to go to the court clerk. The court clerk will randomly select a family court judge from that county to be the judge on your case. And that judge will issue a summons, which is an order to take action. And that summons, that order to take action, will be attached to the complaint that's been filed, and those papers will be sent back to your lawyer. And then your lawyer is going to serve the other side. And by service, I mean they're going to get the papers that came from the court, they're going to get them to the other side somehow, either by use of a process server or a bailiff or some functionary. In some way, somehow, they're going to, in a legal way, get the other side those papers. And then they will, in turn, give them to their lawyers. Their lawyers will file an answer and whatever's appropriate on their side. And that's how the case begins. So, in light of all that, in light of how it begins, and the many documents that are going to have to be filed with the court in the life cycle of the case, it's important for you to get an attorney to start preparing that process. You may have waited till after New Year's because you didn't want to mar the holidays. You didn't want to change the feeling of Christmas and New Year's and the holidays from a good feeling to a bad feeling. And this is when my parents started their divorce, and all of a sudden you take a holiday and you kind of ruin it, and you don't want to do that. So, but now it's 2024. Now we can start this process. And the first thing you got to do, now that you know what the process is contact an attorney who you will go through these steps with. It should be an attorney with whom you identify, someone who has the same goals and objectives of the divorce as you have. And how do you find that out? You ask him. Tell him, this is what I have in mind. How do you see this case going? How will you get this case started on the right foot? I want to start it out, but I don't want to have a knockdown, drag-out battle with my wife or my husband all the time. How can we do this in the most benign way, if that's your goal? You'd want to ask that to them to find that out. Let's say your goal is different. Let's say you know it's going to be a fight and you want to get out of it. Then you want to ask your lawyer, how can we take the first preemptive strike in this case? What's the plan? You find out what the plan is, and then you'll know you've got the right lawyer. If that person doesn't have a plan, you got to move on until you find a lawyer that does. If you have any questions about that, reach out, and we'll be glad to help you out.